Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. HappyCattyCrypto here. So this is a video solely based on the burns that are happening currently right now across the board on all wallets. So let's dive into it. So let's start off with the wallet that I've not been ignoring but just monitoring and trying to understand what's actually happening at this moment in time with the amount of stable coins that they've been using to purchase more Luna coins, Luna Classic coins, sorry, to top up the balance of this wallet. Now, as you can see, there is I wouldn't say a considerable amount of burns, but I would say the burns have picked up in this wallet, as you can see. But there's still a lot of buying happening, as you can see, some quite considerable amounts, and some of these have gone up into like the $50,000 range, some of them, and some of them go down as low as £1. Some of them go as low as nothing. So there's one there, $14,000. So as you can see, they're spending a lot more um, on buying Luna Classic coins to keep the wallet balance up between that 157 range and that 161 range. Now I've explained this prior in other burn videos that it's been hovering around this range for quite some time now. And like I've said, they're topping it up by using these stable coins, and it's USDC, USDT, BUSD, and BNB. They're the only four coins I've seen being spent in this wallet. So as you can see, a lot of burns mixed in between that. Like I'm saying, it's nothing monumental, it's nothing groundbreaking, it's nothing like in previous videos where you were seeing 1 billion Luna Classic tokens being burned in one hit, and sometimes consecutively. So yeah, and if you haven't seen that, go back to the start of the channel where we first began 3 weeks ago, and you will see this is the wallet where we started. So yeah, that's your little update on this wallet. So now let's move over to the overall counter, and as you can see, we are at 890.17 million coins burnt, and this is across 3,524 transactions. As you can see, USD is still sitting at that 16.99 million range, and this is very peculiar. We had this series of consecutive monumental burns for USD, and that's it. There's not been any burns since. I rarely see one of them come through the wallet, and if I do, it's a very small amount of coins. And that in itself has become a bit of a mystery to me, and I am trying to make sense of it and try find something factual with it. Excuse me, drinking tea again like a true Britishman, totally raw and edited. Excuse me, folks. So yeah, as you can see, it's not been moving much, but this is really good. Just the fact we're at 890 million, it's brilliant. Like I've said, folks, we've only had this address since the 21st of last month, so we're really early into this. There's so many burn initiatives coming out of the woodwork. Lunk Whales are a new one, and we'll cover them a little bit later in the video, and I will show you what they're up to, and you folks can make a decision if you feel like you want to go and follow what they're doing. So now let's move over to the direct source for the burn wallet, and as you can see, it's just been slow and steady today. We had this large burn over here, and if I refresh it, we can see that it's just slow and steady, nothing groundbreaking once again. Nothing that jumps out at me to explain why we've seen a run of around 113%, currently coming back down now and sitting at around a 50% gain still. So that in itself, it's a mystery as to what has caused this to pump. Could this be a whale buying a load of coins? Could this be a result of Binance buying up a lot more coins? As you can see, Binance are currently heading towards that 2 trillion mark. It's possible that they could hit 2 trillion by midnight tonight, maybe tomorrow, but it's definitely in the horizon for them. And this will put them up to around 3 trillion tokens in total. And folks, this is around 47% of the supply, I would say. My maths are really bad, but I would say it's around 47% of the supply-ish, let's say. It's a considerable amount. It's a majority a majority share of the supply, and it is a monumental amount. And if you're sat there questioning yourself and saying, why is this not just Binance users' coins? And that's totally understandable for you to ask a question like that, and especially if you haven't been covering our work with us and going through the videos as we've been unfolding this. So take yourself back and look at the videos where we are pretty much following this wallet, and I put a whole video up addressing why this is impossible for it to be exchange holders coins. These definitely belong to Binance. They're in the main withdrawal wallet. This is their supply that they have available to sell to people on the exchange. So if you haven't checked that video out, do go back and check that out. It gives a good in-depth explanation on why this isn't possible. And like most of my updates, folks, I will always explain everything to you. I'll never read news articles to you and act like I'm the one who found all the information and I can confirm that it's true, when really it's just a news article. I can't confirm anything inside it, and it's also written by another crypto influencer who then passes it down to other people. FX Street are huge for getting their articles pretty much put across all the crypto news platforms, which is peculiar in itself. And I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, I'm just saying it is peculiar. So yeah, moving over to the Luna Burner live feed. Now, this has been really struggling recently to keep track of what's actually going on. So as you can see, the last burn it's tracked was at 11:11 a.m. And if we take ourselves back to the actual burn wallet, as you can see here, the last burn that went through was at 12:11. So we can look back here now, and as you can see, that burn does not exist on here. And this is what I've been saying. There's around 4 transactions that amount to about 320 millions worth of the coins that have been burnt in total. There's no TX logs for them. They don't exist on the burn transaction logs, but they have appeared in the overall counter, and they're appearing on the money flow. And I have covered this in previous videos. So yeah, it's very strange, as obviously this is supposed to be a live feed, like I said, folks, but it's really struggling with itself at the moment. So don't rely on this one. Like I always say, rely on this one. This is your main source. This is truly live. This is the actual wallet. On Terra Finder, it's the direct source. This thing will be or would have been designed and hard coded and all the sorts of things that come with coding a website up to do something like this. It will be linked back to that wallet in which it will update itself. So moving over to the price of Terra, as you can see, we have had that pump, and we're now coming back down on that dump. And folks, this is totally reasonable because we had no reason to really pump. We've just been in this falling pattern for a very long time now, and like I said, every one of Binance's coins are they're at a loss, and not just a small loss, a monumental loss for them. And this is on top of their $1.9 billion investment that they've already lost into Luna Classic. So moving over to the price of Terra Luna, we was seeing a correlation up until around this area here, and then all of a sudden we've just started tracking different paths, which is very interesting. And UST, folks, once again is not pegged to Luna Classic. It is treading its own path, and there is no minting happening, folks. Okay, and I will always reiterate that it's been answered directly by Duquan to 2 people on his Twitter. So yeah, folks, listen to the facts and always try and stick by them where you can. So yeah, pretty much that's all I've got for you in this update, folks. Like I said, it was just a burn update, just to cover in a brief video what is going on at the moment and where we are heading. And folks, it's looking good. It's not financial advice, but this is the best we've looked for a very long time with Luna Classic, especially with the burn proposal. Definitely going to pass, definitely going to go through. And now I know a lot of people are saying, well, it's just a text proposal, they don't have to implement it. Now if you take yourselves back to the mainnet, there's another governance vote that is going to be passed, and this is to allocate emergency funds out. And I'm going to be covering this in a video on the Luna Classic Let It Burn channel, so head on over there to pretty much get a breakdown of what this means and what is going to happen from it. So yeah, like I said, it's a lot of things happen in the woodwork, and yeah, it's looking really good. Like I've said, if this is all basically pretty much, this is a text proposal itself. It's not basically, it is. This is also a text proposal, folks. And like I said, take yourself to the main net instead of being on the classic net and look at that proposal, and you will see it is the exact same proposal type that the burn one is, and that will be implemented the same as this will be implemented. And the proposal that Do Kwon put forward was also a text proposal. So folks, as we stated in the video earlier this morning when we had Vegas on, pretty much we just need to keep applying pressure to all of the exchanges, keep sharing the burn vote screenshots, keep tagging them, keep tweeting them. If you see people's tweets with the linked in it and it's got them tagged, retweet it out and just keep pressure on them. And that rolls out the same for both this channel and the Let It Burn channel. The more you support us, the larger our voice becomes, the further we are able to project ourselves because of you folks, because you're listening to what we have to say, and you're giving us the time of day, you listen to the facts, and yeah, it's not financial advice, folks. I will catch you folks in the next video. Be careful of scammers, be careful of doppelgangers. Catch us on Twitter. You can DM me. I'm also got a Telegram group. That's on my Twitter if you want to join that. So yeah, link to the Let It Burn channel is on the main page, top right hand corner of the banner. And folks, I will catch you in the next one. Slop!